Caeleb Dressel has just raced for the first time since the Paris Olympics, but what on earth was he wearing? In today's video, we're not only going to talk about what that new suit that Caeleb is wearing is, but we're also going to test it out in the water to see if you should be making the same suit switch as one of the greatest swimmers of all time. For the last 6 years, Caeleb Dressel has been the poster boy for Speedo, wearing the Speedo Pure Valor suit and even having his own signature edition of the Speed Socket goggles. But that is no longer. Fans will have seen him wearing the Magic 5 goggles, and the bright luminous seamed suit that he is now wearing is certainly not from one of the major Speedo competitors like Arena, Mizuno or Tyr. It's from another brand altogether. This message on Instagram really made me laugh because eagle-eyed viewers would know that Dressel is just signed with a brand new company, Dutch brand DeBoer. And if you are Dutch, and so I'm told by a Dutch-speaking individual, DeBoer stands for the farmer. Now this video may seem like a quick knee-jerk reaction to Caeleb Dressel's new sponsorship, but that is far from the case. Every year in September, World Aquatics, formerly FINA, announce a new list of approved suits, and I always eagerly check this list out. And in September of 24, I saw that DeBoer had added the 3dium tech suit to that list. Naturally, I got straight in touch, and by the end of September of 2024, I had one of these suits at my disposal ready to use. I actually tried it out and even gave some first impressions in a video I made back in October last year where I raced at the Devon Masters County Championships, and I seemed fairly positive. That's because the suit was initially launched at £200, meaning it was on the more budget end of tech suits and a more affordable option. That being said, since the Dressel sponsorship, I've rechecked out their website for this video, and the suit has skyrocketed with a new price of £298, meaning that it's going toe-to-toe with all the flagship tech suits, and that you should be assessing this suit, and I should be assessing this suit, against the very best options on the market. I'm now going to jump into the pool for a warm-up, put the DeBoer suit on, and I'm going to rip some 25s off the blocks and give you my evaluation on how this suit performs. I'm going to take a second out of my warm-up to introduce today's channel sponsor, Happy Ears. Now, I've used earplugs for numerous reasons over the last year and a half, mostly for my freestyle technique. I actually breathe really high, and I've noticed it's because I'm scared of water going in my ear, and with earplugs I can breathe lower. But also it mitigates any ear infections, and I'm sure swimmers out here watching this video have suffered with ear infections over the course of their swimming journey. Earplugs will stop both of them issues and also just give you better comfort while in the water, and these are super effective earplugs in that case. But the real reason that Happy Ears stand above the other competitors in the earplug market is because their ability to be so eco-friendly, from their first-in-class eco-friendly packaging all the way to their recycled C plastic earplugs themselves. These are a super brilliant company, a B Corp company at that I just love being able to share with you, because I am, as a person, someone who really cares about the environment, and Happy Ears do at the highest level. If you want to check out these Happy Ears earplugs, you can save today 15% off with the discount code SONNY15. That's all lowercase. And you can get their £26 starter pack with 15% discount, and that will give you one pair of each of their long-lasting earplugs in small, medium and large. I personally use the large size. I've obviously got bigger ear canals, but 15% of £26, you're going to pay barely over £20 of shipping, and you can try out these awesome, eco-friendly, environmental first Happy Ears earplugs. I'm going to finish my warm-up, put the DeBoer suit on, and see how it feels in the water. So I finished my warm-up and went to the change rooms and slipped on the DeBoer 3dium. And I say slipped on because I'm surprised with how quickly I put this suit on. I was in the change room less than a minute, and that really shocks me in a suit to put it on that quickly, because I do want a level of compression, and normally, especially a new suit that offers higher compression, can take a longer period of time to put on. I don't think this is the wrong size suit, because once it's on, it fits exactly as I would want a suit to. I just think it's a stretchier fabric, and it enabled it to put on quite quickly. The only thing that really showed resistance when putting the suit on was the leg grippers here, and they're quite tight. They're really squeezing my lower thigh now, and it was actually quite a little bit of effort to sort of drag them up my thigh. From just an initial impression of putting this suit on, I'm quite surprised that Caeleb Dressel has opted to make this his new tech suit. And I say that because, like me, Caeleb Dressel was a sprinter. Unlike me, he is one of the best sprinters, or potentially, in my opinion, the best sprinter of all time. And I'm a very average master sprinter, but we both are sprinters, and sprinters generally look for similar things in tech suits. That would be high levels of compression, maybe some dual layering for extra buoyancy, and definitely some taping, especially on the hamstrings, to give you kick support. My favorite suit for them things is the Mizuno GX Sonic line, and actually I started this channel because Caeleb Dressel burst onto the international scene in 2017 when he won multiple world titles wearing the Mizuno GX Sonic 3ST. On the back of that performance, I ordered one of them suits, and I loved it so much that I then went and reviewed it on a YouTube channel called TheSwimsuitGuy, which is where we are today 7 years later. Dressel over the years has obviously switched away from Mizuno. When in 2018 he was sponsored by Speedo, he started wearing their Pure Intent suit. And over the next 6 years, while he was working with Speedo, he switched between the Intent, the Valor 2.0, and set a world record in all of those suits: short course, long course, individual, relay, 50, 100, freestyle, and butterfly. He has ended up in his later years with Speedo wearing the Valor suit, which, like the DeBoer, has a bit more freedom of movement and comfortability. So maybe that's something he now likes in suit more than the higher end of compression, but maybe it's because he just didn't like the Pure Intent suit, and I would be in agreement there. The Pure Intent is a bad tech suit, and no one who's sponsored by Speedo opts to wear it. Turning our attention back to the 3dium though, and the biggest feature that it really offers is this textured fabric it has. It has almost like ridges and these little hexagons, and the concept is that it's trying to be more like a golf ball that uses dimples to reduce the drag by putting a turbulent layer around the ball. As we get faster in swimming, we exponentially increase drag. So the faster you're sprinting, the more drag you're going to have. And the idea of this is to remove drag from your body, creating a lower drag sort of circumference or silhouette so that you are faster. The less drag, the better we are. And I'm going to go and see how I feel, if I feel less drag, if I feel speed, because I'm going to go on the blocks and rip a 25 all out. So I just finished the first 25 in the suit, and the first really interesting thing I found wearing it was that you really only feel the suit where there's taping. So the taping, you feel like a line of tightness or compression, but where there's no suit, you just feel bare. And I like to feel like my whole leg is being held in place and rigid, and I just wasn't feeling that with this suit. I kind of felt like I was wearing a brief with some lines of taping, especially on the sides of the hips. Beyond that, the swim was pretty poorly executed. I got stuck underwater a little bit, so I've got to try and get up earlier on the next one. Yeah, I would like to have felt more of a hug from the suit, personally. But yeah, we'll see if I think of anything else. I'm going to really try and think about the buoyancy on the next 25. We'll see if it feels like it lifts me up or not. One of the most satisfying things in a tech suit is when you get a brand new tech suit and you wear it for the first time and you climb out and the water just falls off it. And this was even evident in the last video I done where I looked at the budget Mizuno GX Sonic Light, a 60-pound tech suit. I got out when it was bone dry. And I'm absolutely like flabbergasted at the level of saturation in this suit of water. Like, it's soaked through. Every single inch of this tech suit is soaked through. 125, no warm up. 25 and climb out, and it's soaked through. Cannot believe that. If I was doing multiple races, I'd be upset because now I feel like my muscles are cold. When you're doing multiple races, you want the suit to get dry again so you can, you know, perform well and not get cold legs. If I was doing another race, which I am, but if I was at a competition, I would have to take this suit off immediately. Oh God, second 25 done. I'll probably try to get up and break out a bit aggressively on that one because I was stuck under on the first option. I need to find a middle ground. That's in my own execution anyhow, but in terms of the suit, I really try to think about how it helped lift my hips up. And some of the suits out there nowadays really add buoyancy. You feel yourself elevated up out the water, and the higher you are in the water, the less drag you're going to have. So even if this suit does create less drag than other suits, you're going to have more drag by being lower in the water, and this suit just didn't feel like it pulled you up, and that's something I'm really looking for, especially on a sprint suit, but really on any suit, because the longer you're in the water, the more buoyancy you want, the less drag you have. So it doesn't matter if it's a 50 or a 1500, buoyancy should be a key feature of suits, and I'm just not really feeling compression or buoyancy so far. So yeah, I'm gonna do one more 25, try and execute a little bit better, but as you saw between these 25s, I just can't believe how much water this suit has taken on. There's no beading or like whiteness where the water's sitting around the suit. It's all being absorbed into the fabrics of the material. So I feel like I'm not loving anything about this suit so far, and I think the one trait that it has got going for it is the range of movement. So I'm going to mix it up. On this 25, I'm going to go breaststroke and see if I feel like it's a bit more suited to maybe other strokes in freestyle where you want more range of movement, because it definitely is comfortable. I mean, I've been in this suit probably 30-40 minutes now, and I'm still feeling really comfortable. My legs aren't feeling tired or dead, other than the fact it's wet and a bit cold. The suit's doing fine. So I'm going to try a 25 breaststroke and see if it, see if I like it a bit more for another stroke. So finished my last 25, the breaststroke 25, and I do think that range of movement is definitely the most redeeming quality or feature of this suit. It's comfortable. I feel like I have a full mobility to flex my hips, flex my legs, flex my groin, which some more compressive suits definitely feel like they take away a little bit of movement. So if you are in the market for a suit with movement, I guess the 3dium could meet your list. But the issue I'm seeing is always going to be the extreme price of this suit, which comes in at, as I said, north of £290. If you're looking for a comfortable, flexible suit, then there's loads of options. There's of course the most used suit at the Paris Olympics last year, the Speedo Pure Valor, which you can get just over £100, or in the 2.0, just south of £200. There's a Tira Victor, the Arena Carbonaire, even the Mizuno GX Sonic 6 ET. All of these suits are cheaper, and dare I say it, probably a little better, especially when it comes to water repellency, and they're just as good when it comes to comfort and mobility. That means I just don't really know where the 3dium sits in the market today. And I wanted to add a second opinion, because I feel like I'm being quite critical of this suit. I'll be honest, I'm not loving it. But of course I'm just one person, and everyone is different, especially with what they find comfortable and effective in a swimming pool. So I'm going to let one of the Olympic swimmers we've got up on this altitude camp in Andorra working with us try out the suit on a suited practice at a long course tomorrow morning, which will be the next clip in this video. So let's see what Jan has to say. Maybe he likes it a lot more than me, but as far as I'm concerned, it's overpriced and doesn't really have a place in the market when there's cheaper, as effective competitors out there.
Hello guys, I'm Jan, I'm from Czech Republic, and I'm World Junior Championship medalist in 50 backstroke. Also, I've been in the final of 200 back short course at the Worlds this year. I just tried this DeBoer suit on my race suit practice today. I did 150 and then 350s in it. To be honest, it felt terrible. I'm not happy about it. It's extremely tight around my legs here. Basically, my legs were hurting even before I jumped in the water, and then it's like very, very loose on my butt, and around like this area it's extremely loose. Also, I feel like I'm not floating as good as I'm used to with the other suits I've wear, so it just didn't give me like the support I need for my backstroke to feel my hips high and just to feel good in the water. So I'm not feeling happy about this.
that is a wrap on my DeBoer 3dium tech suit review. And I'm a little bit shook. One, both at the price of this suit compared to its performance, but also that Caeleb Dressel was signed with this brand when there are much better suit companies out there. My only hope is that Caeleb is going to work with DeBoer to bring out a much better tech suit with them in the future. And I'm going to be looking eagerly at the September World Aquatics approved list to see if there is a faster suit coming out from these guys. In the meantime though, I cannot give any real recommendation of the suit because you've got better performance both at its price point but at a much lower price point as well, and I'm not alone in my opinion. Jan tried this suit in race practice today and said he felt no meaningful compression from the suit itself, but the leg grippage was so tight that his legs felt numb before he even got in the water to swim fast. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you've tried this suit and what your opinion was in the comments, or if you're just excited that DeBoer are entering the tech suit market. And if you did enjoy this video, hit the like button. If you want more swimming content, make sure you subscribe, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.